what made you decide to join the Spiritual Healing Sanctuary?
Explore my spirituality at a deeper level, and I'd been looking at other memberships, so I was really waiting for you to create it. I really wanted it to be someone I knew and trusted, so it wanted to be grounded and down to earth for me. I think personal development's always been on my radar. Always self-knowledge, like who am I? What am I here for? What's my purpose? Am I traveling in the right direction? And not only just that questioning, but also around a sense of I want to align my life with a soul purpose, or a sense of something deeper that's steering my course, and then integrating that into how I live, so the choices I'm making.
The majority of the people that are doing the course feel the same way. There are a few people that have very particular health struggles.
Yeah.
And chronic health issues, and that is why they're doing it. The group healing. Do you experience a shift after those healings?
Yes, I do. So I've actually accessed a lot of the content in the recording, right? So it's actually a really good insight for people that think they might not be able to make it very frequently to the live. Had I signed up knowing I'd be watching it on the replay, I might not have signed up. But the reality is, watching it on the replay hasn't impacted the outcomes I've achieved. I did the healing, and I was feeling really crappy going into that. And as I came, and so it's very physically crappy. And coming out of it, I just had I was lighter and just more energized. Were really tangible results for me. But I just also think that by doing it consistently, it allows me to remember those higher tools and teachings that are in the bank, that it's very easy to forget when you go into that reactionary mode of emotion, and actually remembering, okay, chill, take a moment, I'm really triggered from this, what could be going on, and then thinking about what you've said about past lives, thinking about other tools that I've got in my toolbox, and feeling calmer to deal with what's coming at me.
How do you find me as a facilitator?
Easy to work with, easy to understand. But otherwise, I find everything you explain really simple to understand. I also find that you keep it on track really well, because there is an opportunity. You do give people a chance to talk, but that can be a double-edged sword, because sometimes I've been in sessions, not yours, but others, where that goes really derailing. It's like someone goes into their own personal history, and everyone's a bit like, this is nice, and we're really like here for you, but actually you've taken 10 minutes to tell us about stuff that isn't really relevant to us. So I feel like that's managed really well. People do share, and there's an openness to hearing from others, but you also manage to keep everything moving on track. And I find your slides really endearing. I was like, should I do we want those like professionally graphically designed? And I was like, no, I think there's something very the essence of Trina in those slides. Then they're not trying to be something they're not. They're just like, I'm trying to communicate a really complex thing in the simplest way possible. And I think, like you say, there's a sense that you're very real, and that makes it feel like, okay, so we can have this amazing connection, but you can still be like an everyday person that stuffs up every now and again, and like that's normal and it's okay.
One final question that I have for you is that you are the only person that has done this round of the Spiritual Healing Sanctuary that has never had a one-to-one healing with me. Because there'll be other people who have never had one-to-one healings with me that are considering doing the Spiritual Healing
Hmm.
Sanctuary. Yeah. Can you say anything about that at all, please?
It's made me want one. And so I have um, not just faith, but like I wholeheartedly believe that being in a group context is really effective for me. And I think I'm very much aware of the power of the healings from listening to the group and being part of the group context. But I think, yeah, I feel like that would be a really good option. But I also, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I need to book today for next year. But yeah, so I think it hasn't needed to be a one-to-one relationship.
That's it. Really? Thank
Fantastic.
you.